Today in our lesson we'll work on our intermediate course and Unit 12, Influence. 12.1, Advertising. Our goals here are talk about advertising and understand and use reported speech, vocabulary and listening. Advertising. Now we will learn a lot of new words about advertising. Exercise 1. Work with a partner, look at the photos and discuss which advertisement you think makes the biggest impact and why. Pause the video and try to do this exercise. Try to answer the question in a written form and give reasons. And now let's look at the possible answer. I think the advertising of McDonald's would have the biggest impact because it's like mere size is really astounding and it's just really is gonna make people interested in it, and a lot of people are gonna see this. It's gonna get a lot of media coverage because it's just huge. It's in the street, and everyone is going to be appealed by it, and everyone is going to be to be inclined toward buying McDonald's products. Exercise 2A. Work with a partner. Find examples of the words in the box in the photos in exercise 1. Now pause the video and try to find them on your own. And as you see, let's look at the possible examples. As you see, you have all the adverbs. All of them are some kind of adverbs, and there's a billboard in the last photo. These are all brands, for example, McDonald's, and there is a McDonald's logo also. And I don't think there's a product in this, and there's a product which is water. And in the photo at the bottom, we have slogan about football. Exercise 2B. Match the adjectives in the box to definitions 1 to 7. Pause the video and try to match the adjectives and definitions on your own in a written form. And now let's check the answers together. 1. Able to make someone do or believe something. It's persuasive. 2. Causing you to laugh or smile. It is amusing. 3. Successfully producing the effect that you want. It's effective. 4. Difficult to understand. Confusing. 5. Not nice or enjoyable. Unpleasant. 6. Worth remembering or easy to remember. Memorable. 7. Showing skill or intelligence. It's clever. Exercise 2C. Which adjectives could you use to describe each of the photos in exercise 1? Pause the video and give a written description of each photo here using the adjectives given above. And now let's check the possible answers, and here our suggested answers are the McDonald's adverb. It's amusing, clever, memorable. The Apple iPod adverb. It's memorable. The tall adverb. Confusing, clever, effective, memorable, unpleasant. And the Sky Sports adverb is effective and memorable. Exercise 3. Listen to 3 people talking about a memorable advertisement. Match speakers 1 to 3 to photos A to C. Pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own. And now let's check the answers. As you see, A is speaker 3, B is speaker 1, and C is speaker 2. Exercise 4. Listen again and write the numbers of the speaker next to the statement which most closely matches what they say. There's one extra statement you don't need to use.
Audio 12.1. 1.
The best ad I've seen had a serious point, but it was actually really amusing. There were 3 guys sitting outside somewhere in Australia. There was a house behind them and the light was on. One of them asked another one to go and turn the light off because it was Earth Hour. You know, every year it's 1 hour when everyone around the world is supposed to turn off their lights to save energy and make people think about using less electricity. Anyway, the man couldn't be bothered to turn the light off. He said it was just 1 light and it wouldn't make any difference. Then, suddenly, he saw a huge cloud of moths coming towards them, Maybe every moth in Australia was heading for their light because all the others had been switched off. I really think that the most effective adverts are those that make people laugh.
2.
I saw an amazing ad to raise our awareness of the problems homeless people have. It said that the weather was one of the biggest problems homeless people have, and that during the previous winter many of them had died. However, because they were homeless, no one really noticed them. So, in Germany, Switzerland, Russia, and a few other countries, they asked homeless people to present the weather forecast on TV. This helped people watching to see them as real people, just like them, and lots of them were offered help and jobs. They are now hoping more countries will do it next year.
3.
I really liked a public service ad called The Impossible Texting and Driving Test. It was really clever. It was made in Belgium, and the point was to persuade people not to send texts on their mobile phones while driving. Of course, no one likes being told not to do something. Well, I don't anyway. So they decided the best way to convince people that it's a stupid idea was to show what happens when you actually force people to text and drive. So the ad shows real people learning to drive at a driving school in Brussels. The instructor told them that a new law had been passed and that they now had to prove they could use a mobile phone while driving. Of course, no one could do it, and there were lots of silly little accidents.
And now let's check the answers. A. People dislike being told they aren't allowed to do something. It's speaker 3 and driving. And B is not necessary. I was really upset when I saw this advert. C. Adverts can make people aware of social issues. It's speaker 2 and about homeless people. D. Funny adverts can be a good way to influence people. It is moth and speaker 1. Grammar and speaking. Reported speech. Now in this part we will learn a lot of new things about reported speech. Exercise 5. Look at sentences A, B about the listening exercise in 3 and answer the questions. Pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own. And now let's check the answers. A. The man said that it was just one light and wouldn't make any difference. B. She said that the point of the advert had been to persuade people not to send texts while driving. And now let's look at the questions. And what do you think the original words in each advert were? Well, let's just see. It's A. It's just one light. It won't make any difference. And B. The point of advert has been to persuade people not to send text while driving. And 2. What is the difference between the tense used in the original words and in the reported speech? Well, when you're moving on to report speech, the tense changes, the words change, pronouns change. For example, here, tense shifts back in time. Is becomes was, will not become wouldn't, has been becomes had been. Exercise 6. Read the information in the grammar focus box and tense changes in a reported speech and complete the examples. Now pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own. Grammar focus, reported speech, tense changes. We use reported speech to tell people what someone said. So there is direct speech, which directly tells what the person said. And reported speech, it's just changes slightly altered version of the person, of the thing that person said. Tenses usually move one tense back. For example, present simple becomes past simple, present continuous becomes past continuous, present perfect becomes past perfect, interestingly, because present perfect is all about past simple, and past simple becomes past perfect. And here, go, went, did, have done, had done, will, would, to show the words were spoken in the past. And the pronouns can also change. For example, I can change to he. And direct speech here, it is really memorable. And reported speech becomes he said, that, or he said, it was really memorable. The ad has one and a word. She said that. The ad had one and a word. It was really moving. He said it had been really moving, and they are hoping more countries will do it next year. He said they were hoping more countries would do it the following year. And here you just have to pay more attention. The word next is changing to the following. So time words also change. And here we often use say or tell. Note that tell must have a personal object. Tell somebody. We tell somebody something. For example, he told me he was leaving. He said he was leaving. So as you see, with tell, we have to always use object with it. Say doesn't have a personal object. We say something or to somebody. He said it was really amusing. He told us it was really amusing. Exercise 7. Use the information in the grammar focus box to report these statements. Pause the video and try to do the exercise on your own in a written form and change direct speech into reported speech. And now if you have finished, let's check the answers. 1. The best ad I have seen had a serious point. He said the best ad he had seen had a serious point. 2. Earth's hour is about saving energy. He told us that Earth's hour was about saving energy. 3. They asked homeless people to present the weather forecast on TV. She said that they had asked homeless people to present weather forecast on TV. 4. In future, people will think before they text. She told us that in future, people would think before they texted. 5. I don't like being told what to do. He said that he didn't like being told what to do. 6. There were lots of silly little accidents. He told us that there had been lots of silly little accidents. Pronunciation, linking. In this part, we just learn how to connect words, how to say one word, two or more words as one word, and how to pronounce this correctly. Exercise 8a. Listen to these extracts from the listening and listen how the words in bold are linked. And pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own.
Audio 12.2. 1.
The best ad I've seen had a serious point.
2.
Earth Hour is about saving energy.
3.
I saw an amazing ad.
4.
Lots of them were offered help.
5.
The instructor told them that a new law had been passed.
6.
There were lots of silly little accidents.
And as you see, 1. The best ad I've seen had a serious point. 2. The Earth's hour is about saving energy. 3. I saw an amazing ad. 4. Lots of them were offered help. 5. The instructor told them that a new law had been passed. 6. There were lots of silly little accidents. Exercise 8b. Work with a partner and look again at the words in bold and circle all the vowel sounds, not letters, and underline all the consonant sounds. Pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own. Exercise 8c. Look at how each pair of words in bold are linked. What happens when a consonant sound ends one word and vowel sound starts in the next word. And as you see, the answer is consonant connects to the vowel at the beginning of the next word with no break. As you see, they get pronounced as one word. So the word that finishes with consonant and the word that starts with vowel, they become one word. They get pronounced like one word. For example, the best ad, had a, is about, amazing ad, an amazing ad, lots of, that, lots of. As you see, these words, if you listen to them, they look like one word, but in grammar, in practice, they are different separate words. Exercise 8d, Practice linking with the extracts. Pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own in a speaking format. Exercise 9a. Task. Work with a partner. Use questions 1 to 5 to tell your partner about a memorable advert you have seen. 1. Was the advert for a brand or was it a public service announcement? 2. What happened in the advert? If a film, or what could you see if a picture? 3. What was it trying to persuade people to do or buy? 4. Did it use a slogan or a logo? Was it effective? Why not? 5. What adjectives would you use to describe it? Pause the video and try to answer these questions in a written form. Exercise 9b. Find a new partner and report to them what your partner from exercise 9a said. Now, after you have finished and exchange ideas with your partner and find another partner, and to this another partner, tell your first partner had in mind. And here example is, Juan told me about an advert, he had seen that. Pause the video and try to do this exercise on your own. And now let's look at the possible answers. Well, I saw an advert of a brand, and in the advert it was a picture. It was a video actually, and in this video it was an advertisement of what it was, Orcop. It was some kind of golden water, really expensive water. In this video, there was Murat Nazarov, and they were he was acting, and there were some villains, bad people, trying to stop him from purchasing some products. There were some kind of rivalry. It was really interesting, but it was quite confusing, but there were some interesting scenes there, and they were trying to persuade people to buy this really expensive water with gold in it, and they didn't have any slogan. Well, they had logo. I think it was not effective. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm not that social level yet. At the social level, I cannot afford to buy this golden water in the future, maybe. And I would use various adjectives to describe it. It's amusing, it's entertaining, and it's quite confusing if to be honest. That's the end of our today's lesson. See you in the next lessons.